Can you have such an amazing passport portfolio that you now have visa-free access to every country in the world? In today's video, I'm going to be talking about whether it's possible for you to diversify your passport portfolio in so many realms that you now have visa-free access to all 193, 195, 197, no matter what your politics are. Can you access the whole world with, let's say, 5 passports? Well, obviously being diversified is going to grant you a lot more access, not only permanent living rights, but also just travelling abroad, because one passport might grant you visa-free access to a country that you don't have with another one. But either way, the point of the matter is, will the whole world be unlocked to you? Well, when I think of that statement, when I think of that question, the first country that comes to mind would be a country like Turkmenistan, where Turkmenistan is a country that I don't think gives out visa-free access to anyone. So having multiple passports, okay, yeah, that's great on one hand, but you're probably not going to have visa-free access to Turkmenistan. That's a country that really does come to mind. Well, I was also thinking Bhutan, but Bhutan does also have agreements with Nepal and India. So Turkmenistan really does seem to be one of the few countries around the world that just doesn't give out visa-free access to anyone. You have to get a visa to go there, no matter where you're from. The exact opposite of the Norwegian territory of Svalbard, where you can go no matter where you're from. So that is the key difference. You might also be thinking, alright, well maybe if I want to have access to Turkmenistan, I'll just get Turkmen citizenship. Well, I'm not too sure if that's too good of an idea. They don't really have any clear citizenship policy. They seem to be quite a homogenous country. They even make it very difficult for you to travel there as a tourist, yet alone to move there and settle there. So I think in that Central Asia part of the world, Kazakhstan has a very good reputation, although the main problem that I have with all of these countries is that none of them, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan, they don't allow dual nationality. So diversification options wise, getting a citizenship there isn't going to help you diversify, because you have to renounce any other passport that you have. And yes, maybe there is an argument there for residency instead, but if we're talking about Turkmenistan, I've never heard anyone say, oh yeah, I got a Turkmen golden visa. That doesn't really seem to be a program that exists in the country, and in my opinion there are better options out there, especially for Westerners. And we can also take a look at countries in Africa. Now yes, there have been talks for years that with the African Union they're going to make a thing where you can have free movement if you're an African citizen to every African country in the world. However, how many countries have visa-free access to Chad? I don't know, but it doesn't seem to be a country that has a lot of visa-free access. So every passport that I've seemed to have checked does always have visa required if you want to travel to a country like Chad or maybe the Sudan or something else like that. So having visa-free access to the whole world probably isn't going to happen no matter how many passports you have. Yes, you can probably get in with visas. It might be easy for you to get a visa to certain countries. But all in all, there are always going to be countries around the world that are not going to give out anyone visa-free access. They're just going to say, no matter where you're from, you need a visa to come to our country. And at that point, it doesn't matter whether you have 1 passport or 5 or 10, you're going to need a visa to enter that country. Let me know what you think about the points that I've raised in this video. Do you agree with me, or do you have a different perspective? And if you like this video, you can click right here, subscribe to this information on YouTube. And if you want to follow me on my other social media, follow me on Instagram, X, and Rumble. That will be linked down below in the description.